This is a presentation of the Sports Source Digital Network, presented by Hearthside Bank.
Getting closer. Tick-tock. Not only are you looking at your wristwatch, but you probably look at the calendar on the wall. It is almost football time in Tennessee, and you are inside action right here on the Sports Source Digital Network. You know these two, Chuck Cavalaris, Tyler Ivens. We are all things focused on Syracuse. And if you want a little bit of an idea of what exactly Josh Heupel does in the non-conference, well, we're going to take a little bit of a screenshot the last 4 years and how well Josh has fared against some of those other non-conference opponents. Starting to feel like 98 opening up against Syracuse. Let's look at Josh Heupel, though. 20 non-conference games that he's played in this 4-year sample size. Josh entering his 5th year. Through 21 and 2024, Josh Heupel, Chuck Cavalaris, has averaged 48 points per game against non-SEC teams. All right, so let's just look at the 4 non-conference games this year. Syracuse in the opener. ETSU Game 2, Trent Dilfer and UAB is going to be coming up before the end of the month, and then you go to that New Mexico State, that Armed Forces Smoky Gray game everybody is getting pumped about. Those 4 games combined, does Josh Heupel stay on par? We're talking 48 points or more this year in 4 non-conference games on Tennessee's calendar.
Good number. The wild card to me in all this is UAB. Because typically, I think sometimes they'll have like a really good defensive player, or they'll have somebody that you think with Dilfer, they're going to be able to make some action happen on offense. So that's kind of UAB's the one I'm looking at. You look at Syracuse, that's a lot. But then the other 2,
there it is.
East Tennessee State, New Mexico State. Obviously, last year was a struggle for them. No Jerry Kill as coach. No your quarterback. Diego Pavia had left.
DP's comfortable in Nashville.
So, I mean, I hate climbing out on a limb this far. I'm going to say yes.
I am too. Yeah. No, to me, this is a slam dunk, yes, for all the reasons he just laid out. What you're going to be able to pile on against an FCS foe up in Johnson City. Last year, you got Kent State. They were 136 of 136. This year, you're going to get 135 of 136 with New Mexico State coming to Knoxville. Even if there is a little bit of a slow drip against UAB, I think that you handle things against Syracuse. Not so much offensively. I think defensively, Steve Angeli's going to have some growing pains his first year in Syracuse since leaving Notre Dame. I like the defense a lot this year. Yeah, I think this is in the 52-54 range. To me, this is comfortably over that 48 number. So let's stay in that 4-year screenshot. Under Josh Heupel, Tennessee has played 4 regular season non-conference games against ACC foes. You probably can remember a lot of those. Remember the home and homes with Pittsburgh. Then you had the matchup against Virginia when you went to Nashville a couple of years back. And do I need to remind you that top 25 matchup with Grayson McCall and NC State last year? The Vols have scored 34, 49, and 51 points in the game. That's an average of 6 touchdowns, 42 points.
Yes.
It's Chuck Cavalaris.
Yes.
Will Tennessee score at least 6 touchdowns? The magic number in the opener in Atlanta, 42 against Fran Brown and Syracuse.
Don't forget the extra points.
And those are always in question.
Those are always, something's going to happen there. On this, with a number like this, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take under 42. Just because, and we talk about this so much, man, all of the questions about Tennessee's offense. Yeah. So to hit this number or go over, I think Tennessee's going to have to score when the offense isn't even on the field. Yeah. Defense scores, special team scores, something like that. I just don't really see it, first game, so many questions on offense, new quarterback in this league, in this offense, offensive line, wide receivers, all of those reasons. I'm taking the under.
I look, it's almost like we split homework before the teacher asked us to turn it in. I think this is under 42 for a couple of reasons, more that you've already laid out. I just think there's going to be a unfamiliarity. And look, this has been a big topic not only in local radio. We mentioned it on Sunday during Sports Source. You can find it right here on the channel. John brings it up. Everybody here, part of this team and panel, brings it up. I don't believe you're giving Joey Aguilar enough reps right now. The fact that Josh Heupel still continues to come out and says, I don't feel the need to change anything up when it comes to the reps the quarterbacks are getting. For every snap Jake Merklinger and George McIntyre is taking in the following days leading into the opener, those are snaps Joey Aguilar is not getting under center. And if you do the math based on when Josh Heupel told us, yep, official Monday, it was on this day and Monday, all the way back in June, when Joey Aguilar takes his first snap officially at the University of Tennessee, he will have been on campus officially 107 days. You're smart people. You're a smart person. Can somebody really get a grasp of an offense for only 100? And I get it. He did web chats and he did video chats with coaches and coordinators and analysts. But realistically, Chuck Cavalaris, I don't think you and I could analyze a Waffle House menu for 107 days and have a grasp of it.
And he says he's had an offense similar to this maybe one season at Appalachian State. But it's the terminology.
Thank you.
It's it's live action.
Yeah.
If you got to make certain quick snap decisions, and look, it's the third offense in what, 3 seasons?
Yeah.
So all of those things factor in. You made the point on the Sunday Sports Source. You think he's going to gradually improve. You think he's going to get better.
Yeah.
But the first game, and how much will Tennessee rely on the running game? Run the clock, all those other things. So, yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
This is going to be, I wouldn't say survive in advance, but this is how much of the running backs can you get involved? How strong is your offensive line when it comes to timing? And again, with all the questions Tennessee has, Syracuse has already shown they have no NIL money. And they lost quite a bit of talent from last year's roster. Yeah. So how talented is Syracuse going to be this year? There's just so many factors mixed in. August 30th, you set a number at 42. It's a juicy number. I'm also going to say under that number as well.
Advent Electric has been providing high-quality electrical contractor solutions for 46 years. From 24/7 emergency electrical services to providing skilled residential and commercial electrical contractors and everything in between. Our expert certified electricians are equipped to help you no matter the size or complexity. Advent Electric, 865-588-0631.
And as always, thank you to the friends over at Advent Electric for making action happen right here on the Sports Source Digital Network. What do you think about the channel? What do you think about the 2 good-looking male models that you have right here talking numbers leading into the opener? Comment below, where are we off on some of these early numbers against ACC as well as those non-conference foes? Also, you can subscribe for any of the content and the videos that get published here on the Sports Source Digital Network and ring the bell because when you like it, it also lets some of those other people not only notify you but notifies them. You might also like this content too when it comes to Tennessee football.
And you can subscribe for free.
And the SEC. FREE, what's better than free? Absolutely nothing. Do you remember when a lot of Tennessee fans were saying, I can't believe we're paying Tim Banks, he should coach for free?
Oh, yeah.
And then last year he put up one of the most dominating seasons that Tennessee football seen in the last probably quarter century plus. I want to focus on Tim Banks, Josh Heupel's defense a little bit more. In 20 non-conference games under Josh Heupel, Tim Banks' defense has allowed an average of 14 points per game. Those are non-conference games, all right? So if it doesn't got the SEC patch on the jersey, you know he's going to be stingy, his unit is, when it comes to points allowed. So this is a simple question. In the opener, August 30th, are you willing to say Syracuse finds the end zone at least twice against Tim Banks' defense?
Well, it may not just be the end zone. Maybe they kick a few field goals.
They're going to have to find some way.
They're going to have to find some way. And with so much that they lost, you know, but Fran Brown is familiar with Tennessee. So with Syracuse, I think he knows they're going to have to figure out a way to do something. I tell you what, I'm tempted to go over. I'm going to take no. I'm going to take under. That they're not going to get to 14.
I have 35-13 that keeps just sticking out when it comes to score predictions. And I know our feet are not to the fire. We don't have to give out what the question is or spoil what the next couple of weeks look like. I think they stay just under this number. I think this is a perfect number. I think, you know, it's funny, we keep talking about what Tennessee needs to do from 24, bringing it into 25 to find success. I think we're going to see a lot of the similarities defensively from Tennessee last year and previous years this year. They're going to have to run the ball a lot, and their defense is going to have to show up.
Yeah, and see, here's another thing. They've got some replacements in their offensive line.
Yes.
They lost a really good offensive lineman to Kentucky.
Correct.
Of all places. When you read previews for this game, the thing you see over and over is Tennessee's defense against Syracuse offense.
Yeah.
So if Syracuse is going to make this a ball game, then they are going to have to go over that 14. I really and truly believe.
I think this is a great number. I think it's close. I'll say just under.
Just under.
But that's the beauty of going back and forth between ourselves here on Action. This is one that I'm glad we saved for last, because whenever we're sitting there and we're pre-gaming, if you will, or we're talking about the show and we're piecing it together with the guys behind the scenes, I'm thinking, what's the hook? What's that last piece of meat that people are going to save and they're going to savor on their plate? Y'all want to talk quarterbacks. Y'all want to know how the quarterbacks are being divvied up rep-wise, how they're faring in fall camp. I'm glad that we saved this question for last. Chuck Cavalaris, let's sink our teeth into this one. In the 20 non-conference games, 4 years under Josh Heupel, Vol quarterbacks have thrown for an average in these non-conference games of 278 yards. So the number's 278. That's a good number. Chuck Cavalaris.
Yes.
Will Tennessee throw for at least 278 yards in Atlanta against Syracuse?
Well, I tell you what, that would be a great offensive day, and it'd be really good for Tennessee's quarterback.
People are tuning in Sunday to you guys on the Sports Source going, okay.
Here's what I think, Tyler. I think this number is somewhat inflated by the Kent States of the non-conference.
Austin Peay's.
Yeah, some of those games.
Yes.
I think it's a little bit inflated, so I would go under. And I think it may be more, at least 20 yards under, but I think it will go under. I think Tennessee's going to be running the ball and going to have success running the ball.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Just like the running game. This is one of these things that, to me, I think Tennessee wants to keep it simple, stupid. One of the acronyms I learned when I was going through school and picking this career, keep it simple, stupid. Don't do the flash. Don't cut the fat.
Right.
Tennessee against Syracuse, keep it simple. What are you great at? Stopping the ball. What are you great at? The last couple of years, running the football. Now, albeit you've had certain talent and personnel in the backfield that has allowed you to find success and inflate some numbers. Run the football, find out who your reliable guys are. Last year, even Dylan Sampson, your SEC Player of the Year, had issues holding on to the football. Let's see if you can work some of that fall camp rust off. Do it against a Power 4 opponent on a neutral site. Come back. You're not going to have a fair competition in ETSU waiting for you. I know a lot of people are going to frown what I'm about to say, but I think that this is fair. Your focus right now is on what's happening September 13th against Georgia. And I know some people are going to, I disagree, Syracuse, ETSU. I hear you. Take care of business neutral site against Syracuse.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do with freshmen like George McIntyre and some of the youngsters against ETSU. And then see what you can do keeping your head above water whenever you open up conference play against Georgia. I think the number stays under 278 because I want to know how reliable the running backs are.
Okay, and I agree with you to a certain extent, but the last thing I want to see is Tennessee go out there and lay an egg because they're looking past this. So,
absolutely,
I'm looking at this as getting off to a good start, putting aside all of the NIL holdout stuff.
Goodness gracious.
Moving forward, fresh start, new team, new page, and make a big impression at noon on that Saturday.
That's actually a really good point, and not to bring off the field stuff here on the field, but it just seems like there's always been, how much are you going to pay me? What's he doing away from the facility? Oh, that's not a good look. It seems like recently we're not hearing enough about what's happening on the field.
Exactly.
Either somebody's hurt, somebody's doing something they're not supposed to be doing away from the facility. I'm not getting paid enough money. Why didn't I show up for voluntary workouts? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside noise.
Yeah.
Cut it. Take care of business on August 30th.
Right.
Actually, see, look, Chuck Cavalaris, the voice of the voiceless, bringing reason to action here on the Sports Source Digital Network.
Thank you, baby.
Did you like it? Comment below. Subscribe. We're taking you all the way into the kickoff August 30th. It's the Vols and the Orange. The numbers you need to know right here on Action. Because cash and tickets is what it's all about. We'll catch you next week. Guys, when you're sports gambling, remember to have a game plan. Set a budget. Never chase your losses, and always remind yourself, only bet what you can afford to lose. And if you do have a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-877-889-9789.